In this video, we're going to look at how to conduct an Anova test using the TI graphing calculator. The data here that I have on the left-hand side in my spreadsheet is random data that I have collected from 4 different sections of the same course that I teach. And I'm wondering if the courses are all performing approximately the same. Okay, so again, our null hypothesis is going to be that the mean of the 4 classes are all the same. The alternate hypothesis would be that the mean of the courses are not all the same, looking to see if there's variation within the classes. So again, the null hypothesis, the assumption is that there is no difference in the grades, in the average grades for the 4 sections of the course. Alternate hypothesis, again, is that there is a difference. At least one of those courses is different from the other. In other words, that they're not all the same. So to conduct the test in the graphing calculator, and I've preloaded some of this, in the graphing calculator, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Stat, Edit, and we're going to enter the data into our 4 lists. Now, I put class 1 into L1, class 2 into L2, class 3 into L3, and class 4 into L4. I had my data preloaded into the calculator so as not to bore you while I'm entering this data. If you want to do this with me, I suggest that you pause the video, put your data, put the data class 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the lists L1, 2, 3, and 4. And then once your data is in, restart the video. Okay, now that you've put the data into the 4 lists, doing the Anova on the calculator is fairly simple. So we're going to go to Stat, Tests. If you've watched videos on any of the other tests that we've performed, or you're familiar with testing in the graphing calculator, you'll know that all of the hypothesis tests are contained in this one list. So Stat, Tests, and we're going to go to the bottom of the list. I'm going to go to the bottom by going up, and we want the very last item in the list, option H, which is Anova. When I select H, press enter there, notice it just says Anova open parenthesis. The calculator is pretty open-ended here. The programming is pretty open-ended. You're going to need to tell the calculator which lists you've put the data into. So our data, we put it into L1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to type second L1, comma, excuse me, second L2, comma, L3, comma, and L4. And that's where our data resides. You can close the parenthesis if you'd like to. It doesn't really matter at this point. So we're going to press enter, and that's all that it takes to run the Anova test using the TI graphing calculator. You'll notice that the F statistic is 6.62, and your p-value is 6.12 times 10 to the negative 4. So let me type our p-value in here. So our p-value is equal to 0.000612. If you're going to round that to 3 decimal places, you would say that p is equal to 0.001. We're going to compare that to our alpha value. Your alpha value is probably, say, a 0.05, 0.01. Regardless, you're going to say that since your p-value is less than alpha, you're going to reject your null hypothesis. And I can, in fact, conclude that these means are not all the same.